Installed back. So I'm going to try again. We're going to try this one more time, Fashion Dolls, and if it doesn't work, okay, let's try now. Let me try now, see if it'll work. That's strange. That is so odd. That's strange. Because Hope could see me in hers. Now she can't see me. Now I can't see her in mine. That is crazy. Yesterday it was working. I uninstalled and then reinstalled back, and it was working perfectly fine. Let me try another phone and see if that will work. Okay, she came out and she came back in. Let me see now. Let's try now. There we are. Perfect.
Look, the
Hello.
devil is alive today. We're gonna have this live.
Yes. Hello, gorgeous. How are
Hey,
you?
all is well. How are
I
you?
am doing wonderful. And I'm
Girl,
loving your red lip, by the way. It complements my red hair.
thank you.
Um,
You look fabulous.
Thank you. The inspiration for my look was TLC Fan Mail 1999. And if you go back and you look at the No Scrubs video, T-Boz had the same colored hair. I wanted fuchsia. So very intergalactic.
Yes.
But we are here, we are here, we are here. TGIF, how are you? And how has 2025 been for you so far?
You know what? I'm just gonna keep saying all is well. You know what I'm saying? Earth is definitely off axis and we are all feeling it. But we must continue to stand on knowing that God is still in control. Hey,
Absolutely. And I stated
absolutely.
that in my girl talk yesterday with Nikila. We were talking about that. And she said the same exact thing, that this is just a test. So,
Yeah.
whatever somebody might seem like they're going through now, trust me, there's always going to be a light at the end of that tunnel. So, to
It
anybody
definitely
who's
is.
feeling it,
Mhm.
it's something, there's a higher power that is bigger than what's going on in that
It
White
is.
House. And I'll
It
be quiet.
is. It
Yes.
is. Definitely is. Definitely
So,
is.
I like to start from the beginning with all of my guests before we get into our girl talk and all things Black woman. So, you are a businesswoman. You have a cleaning service. You are an actress. You are a model. You are a singer. You wear so many hats, and you are also a notary as well, too. So, where do I begin? Who is Hope Ellis, and where is she from?
Okay, well, I was born in New Hanover Hospital, Wilmington, North Carolina, but I was raised in Garland, North Carolina.
Mm,
Country girl, Garland, North Carolina. Population, well, in 2020, it had a population of about 595 people. Very small country town. I love the country. I'll always be a country girl. One thing you learn in the country is survival.
yes. And I'm in
Period.
South Carolina. I have family up there in North Carolina. So I
Nice.
know firsthand about that Southern
Yes,
hospitality, about survival down here in the South as well.
absolutely. I'm a single mother of two handsome young men, Jamari and Cameron. 18. I'm about to have a graduate and 7-year old.
Have you felt the withdrawal yet when they go off to college? You're going to feel it, the empty nest syndrome.
Yes, especially my 7-year old. Like that's his, go to and person he looks up to. So it's like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? No more for me though. That's it. I'm done.
And I had the same conversation yesterday with Nikila about, motherhood and having that connection with your kids. And not only that, but being able to balance out work. When you are a parent, it is a balance because there are no sleep days. You don't get a break for being a mom or a dad or being a parent in general.
You don't.
and there are no accolades for
Mm,
this.
it's
It's
not.
just like manually natural instinct. You come in raising these children knowing to the best of your ability. So it is a
Yes.
balance. And my next question for you is, and I said this is natural instinct yesterday to Nikila, for women, for us, because we are the nurturers.
Mhm.
And it is a necessity. Whenever a life is brought into this world, we care for that baby. We take care of that baby. We nurture it, and that baby continues to grow. And now, growing off to college, it's for any mother, because my brother went into the military, and I can remember when my brother said, when I turn 18, I'm going into the military. And that he did. He served in the military as well.
Oh,
And my mom was just so proud. So I remember that. But for you, balance. For women instantly, what are some ways that you manage time and balance throughout your career?
well, they are. I just want to say first that they are definitely my why and my reason that I continue to push. It is hard, and it's not for the weak, but it's doable. You got to stay focused. It's always kids, work, kids again, and even throughout the day at work, if I'm checking on my oldest, you know what I'm saying, making sure he's good. Um, all throughout the day, it's just my babies. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm tired, but I'm gonna keep pushing. My babies need me. Bills, you know. I mean, and plus, you want to be that. I want to be the example that they need to see to be something great in life. Be better than me. Don't make the same mistakes. Be better than me where you won't have to go so hard. You know, I mean, they have the whole world right now. They can do whatever they want to do, be who they want to be. Just start off with greatness, because I mean, you have a great start.
Absolutely. And I grew up with four brothers,
Oh
two
wow.
sisters. And out of each of us, we have our own personality. My mother has raised my mother and my father. My father has told me to be aware, to be conscious, to be
Hmm.
vigilant. And
Hmm.
my mother has taught me to be like a nurturer, a
Yeah.
caregiver,
Mhm.
instantly. But she said also have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So for each and every one of us, if plan A doesn't work, she always taught us, okay, maybe take a break from
Yeah.
that and come back to it and
Mhm.
focus on something
Yeah.
else. And that we did.
Yeah.
So everybody had their own personality growing up with
Hmm.
siblings. It's like everybody has their own career field that they want to venture off into. And my mother has never tried to control what we do as far as career
Right.
wise. When my brother said that he was going into the military, she let him do just that. I took up cosmetology and got my license through high school. And then after high school, started my platform, started Style by Stevie. And I didn't have a clue. I came in new to the scene, not knowing a thing about it, but experience. My mother didn't even know a thing about show business. So just from having friends in the business coach me and teach me and say, hey, this
Hmm.
is how you should go about doing it, was the way for me.
That's right. That's right. Just stay focused and get it done. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you said you are a mom of two boys. How do
Hmm.
you do it? Because it is different from raising girls. I have a nephew
Yes.
now, and he's 11 months,
Hmm.
and my mom has already said the bad word, and that's terrible twos. So he's starting to get in things. He's starting to get in things and figure things out. He's already walking, already in daycare, already making friends in the daycare with other kids.
Hmm.
So I mean, and he's in a phase where he likes Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
So whenever I go out, I try to make sure that I pick him up something with Mickey Mouse on it. I spoil him already. So for you, what's it like raising two boys? And he said, when you going off the
Whew. Well, my oldest is different. He's more like the quiet, calm, collect type. He's definitely a go getter. He's into sports. He's finished with football now. Uh, Football had me on edge because it's a rough sport.
yes,
He suffered a couple of concussions that kind of took me overboard. Like, oh my God, I don't want you doing this, son. But like I said, he's a go getter. He has a mindset that, Mama, I'm okay. I'm gonna get up and do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of that. No matter the condition of the world, he has this attitude of gratitude. Like, you know what? It doesn't have to be me.
right.
I'm still gonna be great regardless. My 7-year-old, on the other hand, full of energy,
I,
full of energy. He's the wild one. But he's a good kid. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely keeps me on edge sometimes as well. Whew! It's always, mommy, can you do this? Can you do that? But like, he's just spoiled. Put it that way. Where my other one was more independent, Cameron's more dependent. But I love it all. The best of
And
both
he
worlds.
looks up to the oldest. He looks
He
up to the
does.
oldest.
He really
And
does.
it's always great because I was close with my sister. It was the same way with my
Hmm.
sister. We all grew attached to one
Hmm.
another and we looked out for one another.
Hmm.
And that's what my
Hmm.
mom always
Hmm.
taught us. If you got a sibling, you look out
You
for your sibling.
do.
And my brother, the same thing for me. Right.
You do. You got no other choice. At the end of the day, you're all you have. Something happened to mom, your brother's all you really have, you know?
Yes.
So yeah,
And
I
to keep that
keep
balance.
it
To
balanced.
keep that balance.
Definitely.
My,
I love them.
my next question for you is with being a mom, with being a businesswoman, because we touched on self care in yesterday's Girl Talk. When is the last time you did something solemnly for yourself? When have you treated yourself or made time for yourself?
Baby girl, I am due for that type treatment. I am
You
due.
we need it. Black women, if you're watching my platform right now, I'm going to say it. This is now the time for us to indulge in self-care, ladies. I'm telling you, pamper yourself, pour into yourself more than ever, because with everything that's going on in the world from 2024 to 2025, it's exhausting
It is.
picking up your phone, going into work, and you're seeing the headlines
Mm-hmm.
flash across your phone
Yeah,
screen, or you're turning on your television in your office, wherever,
mm-hmm.
and it's just exhausting.
It
The
is.
constant phone calls, the meetings, it can take a toll on you.
It
So
can.
make sure that you are taking time for yourself.
Definitely.
So with you being a businesswoman, a mom, an actress, a singer, a model, it's a lot
It's a
on
lot.
you.
It's a lot. But
So
I'm
you have to
definitely
please
planning a
that in your
vacation this year.
schedule.
Yes,
What were you
yes.
saying? I'm sorry.
Definitely gonna be a vacation this year.
Listen, Taraji P. Who was it? It was Taraji P. Henson. She said, "I go on vacations with myself," and she did a whole eat, pray, love journey where
Mm-hmm.
she took a vacation by herself. Because typically you would see her out with the girls, like a girls' trip or something.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, "I want to do something for me." So Tia Mori is another one. She's a single mom as well too, and she's raising. She's got her son Creed, and
Mm-hmm.
then she's got her daughter as well too.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, with being a single mom, I just want to focus on me right now. I want to take time on myself. And as women, we have to make sure that we are pouring back into ourselves, because instant human nature, we always are the nurturers and the givers and providers. When somebody says that they need care, we are always there firsthand.
That's
So,
right.
my message to Black women all over the world: make sure you are pampering and pouring into yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because we cannot pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We deserve
Yeah,
rest.
we do.
So that was going to be my next question for you. When do you felt as though your battery is consistently charged? When do you refuel after set, being on set? Because I know as an actress and then a model as well to your on set constantly.
Well, actually, I have not done any filming in a little, but we're about to start back around in March with
All
filming.
right.
The modeling side of things, whenever there's a fashion show that I'm asked to be a part of, whenever there's a published or a new photographer coming about, I'm in there taking pictures for the portfolios and things like that. So things are kind of slow at the moment, but 2025, even
This is
more
the year.
booked and
This
busy.
is the year, ladies. This is the year, and go for it. I see you, Pure Luxe Salon. Are you loving our tresses? Black owned, Black woman. Please go, ladies, and treat yourself. And I was telling this to Nikila yesterday. You were in the Girl Talk, and
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
were saying ways that ladies can go and give back to
Yeah.
themselves. Because being a mom, being a parent in general, being a businesswoman, there are no off days. You're on call 24/7 on demand.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're shipping out your own products,
Mm-hmm.
you're having to do the labels. You're having to make sure that people have everything that they need. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. So you have to make sure that you are repouring, refueling, and repouring back into your cup,
Mm-hmm.
recharging that battery. And I used this example yesterday with Nikila.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when a car runs out of gas, it goes on E, and we have to rebuild and refuel that car right back
Yep.
up.
Yep.
So, my next question for you is, do you have a ritual that helps you find balance? Because I know for me, I put a lot of things in my phone. I have a vision board, and I also put sticky notes on that vision
Yes.
board to keep
Yes.
me on track of everything I need to do. So for you, what is your ritual?
Definitely on my computer screen where I spend my time at when I'm at home after work. Sticky notes or pieces of paper, citing things. I am. There's so much power in I am.
Mm,
Just constantly trying to self-talk daily, even throughout the day when I'm working, you know. And I've actually taught my kids the same, you know. So that's pretty much it throughout the day. Like doing the work because I just don't manage. I'm just not the owner. I actually work right along with my workers too. So it gets tiresome, but we
training,
get it done.
everything. It's a lot.
Yes, we get it done. So that self talk, that pep talk, smiling, stopping, taking that sip of water, let's go get it. Hey, all of that, it helps. It helps at the end of the day. Definitely affirmations daily. They actually help you get through too. Yes.
That's what my guest yesterday, Nikila, said as well too. Black women, and I want to get your thoughts on it because we've all seen it from every news publication. Michelle Obama
Mhm.
being attacked left and right for not attending the
Yeah.
circus
Mhm.
being sworn in.
Yep.
They called her angry, and I want
Mhm.
to know your thoughts on the stereotype and trope of the angry black woman. Hope, how does it make you feel? Because I know for me, it's dangerous.
It is.
We already have to go through a lot in the world as African American
We
women.
do.
We're going out, we're attacked by his supporters or harassed or either dog whistled at and gaslit. They don't forget us. They don't really listen to us or hear us enough. So when I seen this particular performer label her as angry, it triggered me because angry black woman or angry black woman goes all the way back to Jim Crow and slavery. Whereas black
Mhm.
women, we were sexually assaulted, you know, during the slavery era. And we were forced to have to make sure that we carried these masses. But all of these things happen and it goes to that connotation. So it's very, very dangerous,
It
the angry
is.
black woman trope. So for you, how do you feel about
It's dangerous, like you said, and for them to not actually know what is going on, you know, I'm like, people have life, we can't attend everything, you know.
it?
So I kind of vouch for her because, like I said, people really don't know why, just leave her alone, she doesn't always have to be everywhere her husband is, you know. And we the people sometimes, and not just them, but us too, we just constantly trying to criticize even our own, um a lot of black men label us as angry black women when we don't
Or
see
she's
our perspective.
aggressive or she's
Yeah,
bitter.
yeah. So we get it from all sides. We get it from all
It's,
sides, and it's sad. I mean, it is, but it's the world of the day, and that's when there's power in knowing yourself, know who you are. You
or
know,
we're the B word, or we're difficult. And these black
that's
men
you.
on these red pill spaces and
Uh
platforms,
huh.
I watch Cam
Yeah.
Newton and
Yeah.
others, and it's just like, must you? And he's no longer here, but Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels is a prime example. And I'm like, what is average at best? Or what did he say? He called this black woman, beautiful queen. He called her average at best, below
Uh huh.
average at best,
Uh huh.
or damaged goods. And I'm just like, well, you do know that a black woman brought you into this world. So the same venom that you are spitting at us,
Whew.
you're spitting at the woman that brought you into
They
this world. You
forget
have
that.
sisters.
Hmm. Yeah. Daughters. It's crazy. I,
And it's
I
just like
don't
this,
understand it.
the same thing we get from white men, we get from some of these black men out here too, ladies. And it's just like, well, and then we as black women, we stand in the mirror and we look in the mirror like, are we not good enough? We start changing all of these things for
Yes.
ourselves. And it's just
Right.
like at a certain period of time, we got to learn to love and appreciate ourselves.
That's
And
right.
regardless, and it was a young lady who did a TikTok video. She was just like, black women don't need to be wearing. Guys were saying, oh, black women don't need to be wearing red lipstick and blonde hair and this, that, and the third. She said, mute it,
Yes.
mute it. We have to tune
That's
things
right.
out. And it goes back to what Hope just said, and Nikila said also yesterday, which is
Yeah.
affirmations. And one of the affirmations that I say in the morning to myself is, I am worthy.
Yes.
I am divine. And black women, we are divine. We
We
are
are.
the blueprint.
And
We
we are
don't get
great.
it enough.
We don't.
So to have men label us as angry, it triggers us. It triggers us because you don't know what had to happen to us for us to go through that. And
Mm-hmm.
this is personal because it stems all the way back to slavery.
Mm-hmm. It is. We could have a. There could be a black woman with a resting face. Oh, you're angry. You know,
Or why
not
you
everybody has a face with.
salty?
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. It's so sad.
Even in the workplace, being a black woman in the workplace, if you work in a high position,
Mm-hmm.
that I give you an example. Homegirl that was on the floor harassing our girl from Texas, Jasmine Crockett. Um, I'm just like, I don't see how she does it. Because see, if it was me, I would have gotten put out of Congress. I would have been put out of Congress, out of the House. Yeah, you would have had to call security and get them dragging you on up out of here. And then she said, you can come outside. Those are fight words right there. When you say that to a black woman, those are
Yeah.
fight words right there, or a black person in general. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to gladly grant your wish. We're going to give you exactly what you want and then some. But she handled it with
That's
class.
right.
She handled
We
it with
got
class.
to. Yeah, we got to. We
Are
got
you
to.
calling me a child? Like, no, that's just a thing. It's a figure of
Mm-hmm.
it's just a figure, a term of endearment, but she didn't mean anything by it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would have gotten put out of Congress. I don't see how these black women in these powerful positions do it. Even Kamala Harris, as many daggers. Michelle Obama is another one. Serena Williams. If it's all of these women that I've named have experienced what's called misogynoir. And for my new viewers out here, for those of you who don't know what misogynoir is, it is sexism and racism mixed together, and it's discrimination against African American women by saying, oh, she doesn't look this enough. She doesn't look this enough. She's not soft or dainty. Or when a woman is being vocal, how I'm being
Mm-hmm.
vocal, we're labeled as a bitch. We're labeled as
Mm-hmm.
difficult. We're labeled as aggressive, all of these things. Another example would be OG from Basketball Wives. And then I told Nikila this yesterday. This is another example. Taraji P. Henson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing black
Mm-hmm.
men in these red pill spaces. When she was doing The Color Purple, she spoke out, and that was around the time she did the interview with Gayle King, and she broke down crying because of the pay disparities.
Right.
She's just like, I'm doing all of this work, and black women, we are working hard and doing all of this work,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all still don't see our work. So she's basically saying the same thing that Monique is saying, which is pay us our worth. And she's not the only black woman. These are not the only two black women who spoke up about it. Another one is Viola
Mm-hmm.
Davis. And same thing. You're aggressive. You're a bitch. You're this. You're that. It's like we get it from the white men. And then from the black men, it's even worse when they're trying to
It's
date us
worse.
and we reject them. Well, F you, bitch. I didn't want to date you anyway.
It's crazy.
And I just give them a look. Some because I haven't had that problem. I'm 5'7". I stand up for myself. But most women, when they're going out, it's the cat calls, it's the dog whistles. It's can I
Mm-hmm.
get your number? No, you can't get my number. Rejection as a black woman when we are turning a guy down saying we're not interested is dangerous to us too, ladies,
Right.
because it was a video where these three black women were sitting in a restaurant and a guy walked up to the table and approached them. And then he chased them because they told him, no, we're not interested. You have a great day. Went to the trunk of his car and pulled out a firearm and proceeded to chase these three black women through the restaurant. And then
Mm-hmm.
you sit back. You see a black woman is being harassed,
Right.
and you don't say nothing. You're recording. You pulling out your phone. You're recording. Yes, I appreciate that. Get involved.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm not going to black men because in this election, y'all did what was called, hey, Kwame, hey, baby, it's been a minute. Kwame Speaks. Please go and check out Pyro Media Network. Black owned. Kwame, if you're still here, give me some silver hearts. We are talking about the dangers of being a black woman in America. And more than ever, we're going to see a lot more violence towards us as we go out. So we have to make sure that we are forming community, making sure that
Mm-hmm.
we're looking out for our sisters,
Right.
making sure that we're looking out for our mothers, whomever, because they gonna try us. And with me, with Hope being in North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
which was a battleground state, I'm in South Carolina. We already know how racism is down here. So
Definitely.
if you need to, and I said this yesterday to Damon and Nakila, if you have to invoke the spirit of the Alabama boat brawl or the Montgomery boat brawl, let
Let's
have.
go.
And I got plenty in my closet too. If you know, you know. They come in an array of colors. So if you got to get you a folding chair, you know what to do. Lift every chair and swing if need be.
Oh my goodness. Lifted a swing. I love it.
Because they going to try you. He just pardoned all of these people that, and they're out here. They want violence. And the violence is going to be towards us. So we have to make sure as black women that we are being safe, protecting out. Well, we always show up, but black men out here, I'm starting to see more of them stand up and say, that's not going down like this. I'm seeing black men jump up and stand up and say, we're not going to do this. Nah, put your hands on me. It's amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
y'all even showed up for us in this election, black men, so y'all understood the assignment. Some of y'all voted for him, and then some of y'all did not. Y'all voted for the qualified black woman. And hats off and salute to y'all for that. Not to get too political. But the key topic of this discussion is being black women in America and the challenges that we face on a daily.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not misogyny, it's even in getting to higher positions. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you have to sleep with you. What was it, Rick Ross? And he got some backlash. You shouldn't have performed. You should have not.
Right.
This is what he said, ladies. He said, if I hire a female rapper, I'm gonna have to sleep with her. This is literally what women have to do to get positions in the business. And then
Mm-hmm.
you dog walk her, and you go and you brag about it. It's locker room talk for you. And this woman's career is messed up because you hold the key. You hold the power. I hold the power over you. They blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen in too many corporate positions with black women, and they are oftentimes not believed. There's a woman in Sanford, Florida. Um, she was in an abusive marriage, and she fired. I'm pretty sure you've seen the story. Hope I'm sure y'all seen it. She fired a warning shot in the air, and this woman was facing jail time. This
Yeah, I remember that.
right after Trayvon Martin's
I remember that.
verdict. This is in
Mm-hmm.
Sanford, Florida. It
Mm-hmm.
was a black woman. She was protecting herself. So yes, if you're in Georgia, it's an open carry state, ladies. I say go ahead. Let have, because we're in for some dangerous times right now. Protect yourselves and be vigilant more than ever. And not just that, but make sure that you recharge. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that because we can't pour into our
Right.
communities and organize and mobilize without our health care and well-being.
That's
So
right.
we have to make sure that we are taking care of one another and looking out for our neighbors. And my next question for you, Hope, is what does recharge look for you? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? And it tastes like? What does recharge feel like for you?
Recharge is at the end of the day, whenever work is done, I go home and do my work from home and things like that. And I try to lay in my bed and just close my eyes, forget about that day, things that happened
Mm,
that day, and just try to exhale, like just relax a little bit. It doesn't take much, you know? It doesn't take much, with, like I said, especially it doesn't take much at all. I don't have to be to a spa every day, or which is coming. Spa day is coming soon, but I mean, it's just relaxation in itself. Like you said, something we have to do
And
daily.
that's my assignment for you. I am granting you a vacation. I want you to take a vacation. Pour
Where you want me to
into
go?
yourself.
Yes.
Get you some girls, go out, treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
That's right.
see your hard work, your passion. The same for Nikila. Nikila is starting a cosmetics. She said it on the
Mm-hmm.
show yesterday. She's starting a makeup collection. She's
Great.
doing foundations and powders.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I know that's going to be a balance with you being a
Yeah.
mom and being an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but she helps pick the costumes out for the actors in films.
Oh,
So I'm like,
wow.
you have that
Yeah.
balance. And she says she takes time, she goes and she gets her hair done,
Mm-hmm.
she gets her nails done, she likes getting her makeup done. So
Mm-hmm.
ladies, pour into yourself. Be
Okay.
gentle to yourself because again, when you're a parent, you're on call 24/7.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that we are recharging and pouring into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, get you some girls, go on a girls trip if you want to, or go out with the girls, have or even have a night in the
Mm-hmm.
house.
Yeah.
And
That's
that
okay
would be great
for
too.
me.
And
Yeah.
just catch up.
Yeah.
Just catch
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Just that night by myself is just a little glass of wine and just chill. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and let the boys pour into you.
Mm-hmm.
You're their mom. The boys should be pouring into you. And I was telling my cousin this just the other day. She has boys as well too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, get them boys up to go cook for you. She's like, nah, Steve, you know these boys do not like to cook. I said, make them cook. Make them do
Yeah.
something. Make them cut the grass. Make them
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
So
My oldest
let them
can
pour
cook.
into you.
He definitely cook a little bit. He does his little best. My oldest, Karen, my 7-year old, is like, "Oh, mommy, I have this picture for you." He's a great little artist. He can draw really good, and I'm like, "Okay, well, thank you. That just made my day." It's the little things for
Yeah.
me at the end of the day. But definitely this year, Stevie, you got to stay on me. I'm taking a vacation. You got to
And
stay
I
on me.
will. I want you to pour into yourself. You deserve it. Treat
I'm
yourself.
telling.
Treat
I'm
yourself.
telling you. And it's like, my parents are like an hour away from me. It's like you have to actually have a circle of friends, or they say a village.
Yes.
Though I really don't have that like around me, it's kind of hard. I have to be the one that do all the time. But I can't complain because it gets done. But like I said, vacation time, 2025.
Yes. And I'm gonna stay on you. I'm gonna stay on you
My
because I want you
accountability
to.
partner.
Yes. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I want you to take this trip and pamper yourself. And I was telling my mom the same thing. Now, there are times when I'm doing the show and she's at the hairdresser. She's at the
Mm,
hairdresser and she'll go by herself. I was like, do you want somebody to go with you? Because I always try to send somebody with her. It's like the roles have reversed. I don't feel comfortable about my mom going out by herself. She's a black woman, rural South Carolina. Anything could happen, but she goes and she comes right back. And I tell her, you go and you pamper yourself and you
mhm,
treat yourself. She goes to that hairdresser. The hairdresser is like our family. They know our family. And
okay.
she goes and she talks to her and they talk about the kids because her hairdresser has kids too. So it's just like being a mother, you understand that connection. So
Yeah.
that's where my mother goes and she treats
Mhm.
herself. She's just like, this is my time for me.
Yeah.
Or she'll go in the shoe store and she'll look at shoes and shop for shoes. It's
Mhm.
those little different things
Little
to
things.
treat yourself.
Yeah.
And
And
that would be
Fashion
my
Nova.
suggestion to anybody.
Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
Fashion Nova queen. So I go online, boop, 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 boop. And then with locks, you don't get them done often, you know. Maybe once every 6, 7 weeks, you know. So the hairdresser is there when I get there.
And
But I don't
and
go.
it's the best time. You're sitting, think about it, ladies, because when you're in that wash bowl,
Mhm.
when you're getting your hair washed, you can just close your eyes and just
Mhm.
relax. It's so relaxing.
It is.
And then the feeling of being able to because your hairstylist in a way is like your therapist
Mhm.
and they listen to your problems and they're just like maybe we should do this and maybe we should do that.
Mhm.
So it's all about being able to unwind. And as Hope stated, pour yourself a glass of wine. When inauguration took
Mhm.
place that Monday, my guest came in because I had a show that Monday. I had an interview, but it was a time conflict.
Mhm.
And What happened was I just went live and everybody was telling me what they were doing. Some people, some of my guests were like, okay, I am here sitting here, I'm watching a movie on Netflix, I'm watching a movie on Tubi, I've got my snacks. Treat yourself.
Yeah,
It's so worth it. Treat yourself.
yeah, because I didn't sit through and watch that entire thing. I no,
The I talked about the pastor, what's his name, Lorenzo, yesterday. I had everybody laughing. I
it
said,
was
Dad,
funny.
if you seen Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, and I used this reference yesterday, you know the scene where he's dressed up as the Reverend, the preacher. That's what it was giving, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the people behind him laughing too. It's the truth. It's the truth, y'all. Am I
Go make
lying? I
me go
mean,
back
he
and
was
watch
getting
that
up
movie
there.
too.
He was emoting. He was closing his eyes. He was doing all of these things, and I'm just like,
He did that thing. What?
brother, this is not it. And I'm pretty sure Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is turning over in his grave watching this right now. Like,
Definitely.
you can't be serious because them white people were sitting right there behind you laughing.
They were.
But that's what it made me think about. Truly, if you go back and you watch Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, the part where he was on stage, Sexual Chocolate, or is it Coming to America? I think
Coming
it's
to
one of them.
America. Coming
Yeah,
to America.
one of them. Where he was getting on stage and emoting, like you doing all of this, and then you got right on there and you started talking about your coin afterwards and stuff, and I'm just like, okay. But I couldn't watch it. But other people were. He was the highlight of the inauguration,
He
and not
was.
in a good way.
He was.
So yes, other people find other things to do, and that's a blessing. That was a blessing. You take time for yourself. You don't have to sit through it and watch it.
I,
Some people
I
sat
was
through it
working.
and watch it.
I was working. Actually.
And that's why I told everybody, keep yourself busy. Don't
Hmm.
even tune in. I didn't even watch. I was doing something elsewhere. And some people were sending me clips of the highlight, and then we see Pastor Lorenzo
Hmm.
up there,
Hmm.
brother. I just said, Negro, are you serious? You got to be serious right now. And these white folks, I mean, even Trump couldn't even keep a straight face.
That,
He's sitting there, he
and
was about to
Trump gonna
crack
be
laughing
honest about
too.
his. It was so funny. It was too funny. I'm telling you. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine though. It's gonna be a great year. It's gonna be a great 4 years.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a great 4 years. We're gonna speak that now. Hey, a businessman runs things like a business. Hey, we're gonna be all right.
It's exactly, and I told people that yesterday. We're going to be
Yeah,
fine, y'all. We are going to be
we
fine. Just
are.
form community, work
Yeah.
together, and look
Yeah.
out for one another. Call your neighbor, get your homegirl's phone number, well, of course, when me and my family, when the pandemic broke, we had
Hmm.
messenger groups,
Hmm.
and we would all reach out to each other through the messenger groups
Hmm.
and see what each other's doing. Like, okay, we're cooking this day, and we're cooking
Hmm.
this day. So, I mean, all sorts of recipes and things were going on in the group chat. But
Yeah.
find things that work
That's,
for you to be able
that's
to form,
that's right.
and mostly be vigilant going out. I know a lot of women are saying, I'm not going out by
So,
myself. And that would
mhm,
be my suggestion, unless you got something protecting you.
that's right.
And if you're in Georgia, which is an open carry state, then you're good to go. But yes, be vigilant and be aware. So,
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
but before we wrap up, let's get into some of your acting credits, Miss Girl. You've got Charlie Jones. You got me twisted, which is the film that I saw you in, and you've worked with two of the guests that I've had on my show, your co-stars. I've interviewed them,
Oh,
Amiri, and
okay.
I've interviewed Ty Respis as well too. And Ty
Oh,
is a trip. Amiri is a trip as well too, and he's in the North Carolina
yes,
area.
both great,
So you,
both great guys.
what was it like working with them? You were the detective in that film.
Well, everybody's mad cool on set. I work with Erlina Guilford, which is the right. She wrote it, produced it as well. Since I had just a small scene in that, it was great. I love being on set. That is actually therapy.
And it's an
It is
escape.
actually.
It's an
Yeah.
escape.
Yeah.
And I was telling someone just this week
Mhm.
that when you are into character, when you're away,
Mhm.
when you make that character your own, you bring that character to life,
Mhm.
it is yours. And
Yes.
Taraji P. Henson said this: I won't do it if it doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
So if it's a challenge, I'm going to take on that challenge. And I've interviewed a lot of actors,
Hmm.
and they said I've had to really get into mentally get
Yeah.
myself there, prepare for this
Definitely.
role, for this character. And it's a
Definitely.
lot. So
Yeah.
you have to make sure you practice stillness in that moment. And it was
Yeah.
Jackie Harry from 227. She said, I have to practice stillness before I get into character, before I get
Hmm.
into that mode.
Hmm. Definitely. They are great guys as well. Amazing actors themselves. I mean, Erlina Gifford is a wonderful writer too. You Got Me Twisted is on Peacock, so for those who haven't seen it, check it out on Peacock. Like, yeah. Charlie Jones, I was event coordinator. That's on Tubi, written by Andrew Richard, another amazing writer producer.
Yeah.
Um, can I keep going with some of the films I'm in? Because I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see. My sister killed a boyfriend. I had a small scene in that. I think BR Films. Mark Ragland, which is a great producer as well. Deadly Intentions. I was pretty much a background officer in that one. That's BR Squirrel Films. Santana Hall Productions. Santana Hall Productions have done great things in our community. Just local artists and everything, giving them opportunities to be great in the
Yes.
industry. Let's see. Now, I was lead girl in two, and that is Work Wife. Have you seen Work Wife yet?
I haven't seen it. I got to check it out. Now I got something to binge watch.
You better check out Work Wife on Tubi. Did great. Oh my goodness. So Work Wife, I tell people I wasn't supposed to be the lead. I was last minute lead girl. So I had about an hour and a half to prepare for the film. I went from one scene to lead girl.
Look at
I made it
God.
happen. We got a movie.
And
Check
listen,
out.
I am definitely going to check it out. And that's to anybody because a lot of people want to go in for a specific character.
Yeah.
And it is like, okay, um, what can I do to get this? Well, come back. We'll see you again. There's a lot going for this role. Why don't you come back and see it again? So
Mhm.
there's proof that God works.
God
I'm telling you.
works. From one scene to lead girl. About an hour and a half before we started filming, I got the call. Hey, I need you to play lead. And I'm like, I don't know what the film is about. I didn't read through the entire script. Okay. Because I'm like this. Look, hey, I can do it. Anything I put my mind to, I can do it. Got on set and everything. Oh, they were like, we need about 6, 7 dresses. Get downtown. Boom. I'm there. So I'm reading through the script. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Read through the script and everything. Then each scene that was called out, I would get dressed for it, read over it, memorize it. They fed me my lines from time to time, and we made a whole movie. The world knows Hope Ellis through Work Wife. You gotta check it out, Stevie, and you gotta let me know how you like
Oh,
it
I
for real. Like for
definitely will
that.
because I binge watch a lot of thrillers and horror films. That's what
Hmm.
I've been doing the past time with everything that's going on with this administration. To keep my mind off of it, I try to focus on something else. So I will be going to check that out. Work Wife.
Like,
Y'all
yeah,
heard it.
Work Wife,
Fashion
written
World.
by Andrew Richard, and produced also Nita Cole. Shout out to my girl Nita Cole. She helped me get through that film. She works alongside Minteko Brower. He's another wonderful filmographer, producer, um, and then Squirrel Films, Santana Hall are the executive producers of that film. I'm just so thankful, and grateful to have had that opportunity to finally get my first lead role. And then the other film is a short film called Inside Eddie. It's on YouTube, written and produced by H.G. Hill. I play a therapist in that one. I don't want to give it away. I want you to go to YouTube and check it
All
out.
right.
Inside Eddie, Eddy. And that's the one we're gonna start filming part two in around March. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yes,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned for more films featuring Hope Ellis, and also music. I'm gonna let you get to that part.
Yes, music. So for you, writing, because I've interviewed a lot, you've seen some of them, I've interviewed a lot of singers,
Mhm.
songwriters. For you,
Yes,
what music, what element does music do for you? Because I know for a lot of singers, a lot of songwriters, they like to have a certain element. And it takes them there because they're writing from personal experience. So for you as a singer, what is music?
it's an escape as well.
Mm.
Most of the songs I've written, which I have not recorded yet, but this year you will get a single from Hope Ellis. So stay tuned. Um, the first one I'll be releasing actually came from when I was on a low place. It was my way of escape. It'll be more of an inspirational song. So, sometimes we are in our happy places and our low places. That's the best time to write. I wrote several songs that I have just let sit. I've been singing ever since I was maybe 4 years old in the church.
Wow.
And I kind of sat down on all my gifts, rewind back. As a little girl, I always had a dream of being a singer, actress, model, business owner. I would walk around the house in my mama high heels with my daddy briefcase, like I was a business owner at a young age. But when life happened and I started having kids, I was like, you know what? It's about them now.
Yeah.
Scratch my dreams, scratch my goals, scratch my business. It's about them. Mommy got to work to provide, you know? So later on in life, and I tell people everything happens in God's timing because I never would have known I was going to be a lead actress in a film. Me,
And look,
after I had given
look
up
at
on
them.
that, you know, never would I have known the guy would have connected me with Stella award winning gospel artists to ask me to be on a track with them. Shout out to the Merles. Shout out to Damian Merle, which is a phenomenal singer, um, producer, writer. So there's a song that will be released pretty soon. I was asked to be a part of, featured on. Stella Award winning gospel group, the Merles. One of the members asked me to be featured on a song. The song is fire. The song is fire. Okay. It'll be released soon. We're working on a video next month for it. Okay.
February, all right.
Yes. So to let go of my dreams, my God given talents
Mm,
to raise my kids, to put them first, which I still do. But like I said, everything happens in God's timing. Don't ever give up.
yes,
Don't ever give up because it'll happen. I mean, who would have thought from a little girl, teenager, wanting to sing, perform, to now over 40 and things are happening.
it's all falling in line.
All,
And that's,
all
it, again, it goes back to the key topic of our
yeah.
conversation, which
Mhm.
is balance. Hard work,
Balance.
you knew at a young age instantly
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
this was something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was like it was written in the stars for
Yeah.
you. And I was telling someone this just this week, and I think it was Elijah. I think it was Elijah or one of my guests that I had. And I was telling them, I said, when those stars align,
Hmm.
you know that it's all going to come
It's so
together in God's time. It's
together.
going to work out for
God's
you.
time. And I mean, you still have the energy for it. You'll still look good and able to do it. It's just,
Yes.
it's God's timing. Because, like I said, I mean, business owner, 12 years, 13 years, singer, actress, my talents that I was literally going to just push it aside.
Push to the
Yeah,
back burner.
push
Don't
it
don't
back burner.
don't push your talents on the back burner. And I
Don't
tell
push.
people this also. Live life through fire. If you have a vision, if you have a dream,
Mm-hmm.
go for it now. Do
Mm-hmm.
not, you know, just sit there and let your talent fester and go to
Mm-hmm.
waste.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it
Mm-hmm.
out. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell people this all the time. Go for it. Go for your desires. Go for what makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
And plan it.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a business or something you're working on, plan it and go for it now more than ever. And I said this yesterday to Nikhil. If you got
Mm-hmm.
something you're working on, get to it now. It's the time more than ever. Don't wait.
Mm-hmm. Don't wait. Don't wait. Make it happen. I was working in corporate America before I started my cleaning service, and
Mm,
what I would do, I would go to work, 9 to 5, get off, go clean in the evenings and on the weekends. And when I built my clientele, I let corporate go.
See,
Yeah. It's okay to have a job, people, while working towards your business.
that backup plan. And
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. And that's what my mom was trying to instill into
Yeah.
me, my brothers, and my sister as well,
Hmm.
too. To basically have a backup
Yeah.
plan, have something to fall back
Okay.
on. And she's just like, okay, now what if that don't work? What you gonna do? My
Hmm.
father's the same way as well,
Hmm.
too. If that doesn't work, what's gonna be your game plan? What's gonna be your next step? So always have something to fall back on.
Definitely.
And it was one of the actors from the Cosby Show that I interviewed, Jeffrey Owens. And remember his photo went viral of him working in the
Yeah.
grocery store. It's just like,
Yes.
listen, you're going to see actors want to go back to school. You're going to want to see them working these jobs that everyday
Mhm.
people work. Everybody has to have a side hustle.
Yeah. Got to. Got to. Definitely.
And one thing I admire about your co-star, Amiri, he has his acting career, and
Hmm.
then he was doing
Yep.
bartendering as well too.
Yep.
So a lot of them have to have something to fall back
That's right.
on, because not everybody can just come out, get it in the mud, and
That's right.
just you
Right.
have to make sure you have something to fall back on, and
Yeah.
that's what my
Definitely.
mother was trying to tell us.
Definitely. And I'm all fashionable and everything. You see me, you see my pictures and things like that. Um,
Yes,
but when I'm out there cleaning and busting suds, I don't even look like this. But I never change who I am either. I'm still gonna be the lovable, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like no bouginess.
right.
But I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this journey. And those who have poured into me, pushed those talents out. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited
Maybe you'll see
too.
me on the Stella Awards, sis. Hey, you never know.
And I'll be rooting for you. I'll be like, yes, oh, yes. I will be rooting for you. I
Yeah.
will. And
Yeah.
that's what we all have to
Hmm.
do as black women, as black people, is root for one another, because we need
Hmm.
it more than ever.
Yeah.
We have to look out and make sure that everybody is good. And not only just that, but we have to make sure that we are cheering on the next person and the next person. It's so much talent. We have so much talent out here in the black collective. Us
Yeah.
as black people, we are the inventors of that.
Definitely.
Dance, music, fashion, acting, television.
Yeah.
It's so many of us.
Hmm.
If you got a talent, put that thing to use. Don't let it just fester and sit there,
Don't want to just rest and sit there. I'm telling you. Don't.
because you'll regret it over time. You'll be like, man, if only I could have, or only what if.
Hmm.
And we sit there and we ask ourselves that question, what if, what could be more than? But
Hmm.
make it happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what I would say to people.
Yeah. Definitely. Keep pushing. Make it happen. There's so
Absolutely.
much power in that push if you keep pushing. And like you said,
Absolutely.
balance. It's all about balance.
Resilience.
Yeah.
Black people, we have resilience, and
Mm-hmm.
we're able to bounce back from
Hmm.
whatever
What?
that setback might be. We
Hmm.
bounce back.
Hmm.
It's in our ancestors, it's in our DNA. We always bounce back. So,
Always. 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 Whew, this has been great. Oh my goodness.
yes. So, before we wrap, I hope you guys took something from this conversation. Hope, what are some gems that you would give to young black women, young black girls, black and brown girls who are watching us in this conversation right
Like I said just now, like there's so much power in your press. Like we get tired and drained sometimes, but keep pushing, keep pressing. There's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna see those results that you're looking for if you don't give up. And like we said earlier, turn the TV off, turn social media off,
here?
whatever it
Unplug.
is that you need to do, whatever it is that you need to do to kind of block out what's going on in this outside world and focus on your world. You're gonna make it.
Unplug.
Stay apart.
Unplug if you need to.
Yeah.
Be gentle to yourself.
Stay the course.
Gentle to you.
You're gonna be all right. Yeah. Yeah.
And to add on to what Hope just said, today's final thought comes from Angela Davis. And she says, you have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world. And she also says you have to do it all the time. And this quote is in regards to fear. Never let fear set you back from following your heart's passions and desires. And I believe that whatever you do, one voice, one thing, it can be through acting, music, songwriting, it can change a person's life
Mhm.
forever and impact the next person and the next person. You wouldn't believe how many DMs I've gotten from people saying, "Thank you for covering this subject in your interview. Thank you for giving people a platform.
Yes.
People of color, people of black who look like me, who look like us, a platform." And I'm going to keep continuing to do it. So
Mhm.
never let fear stop you from following your dreams. It's going to be
Right.
scary at first because I started this platform right after high school. It was scary for me. I didn't know what I was doing. And now it's just like a walk in the park for me. And that's because I've overcome my fear. I remember at one point, I wouldn't even go back and watch my interviews. I would not. People would ask me, they say, "You don't watch your interviews?" No, that's for y'all's enjoyment.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't watch it because I would always go back and I would critique myself harshly.
Right.
And people would say, "Girl, you're doing too much." And sometimes we are our own worst critic. That stems from fear. So when someone else is saying you're doing great, you're doing excellent, and there's a bunch of people echoing that same sentiment, keep that faith up.
That's
Keep it
right.
up.
Definitely. Amen, sister.
Yes. So before we let you go, Hope, where can everyone follow you and check you out, girl? And I will be going to check out this project as soon as we're finished with this interview. I'm going to save it.
Yes, sir. And post a review. Post a review on it. Um, Instagram HJE Wisdom, TikTok Hope Ellis, Facebook Hope Ellis, Hope ELLIS. All right, stay
There you go.
tuned for greatness.
Yes, and more of it. And I'm gonna have you back because I want to have you back on in the spring. I'm bringing Nikila back, and maybe we could do a panel, all three
That'll
of
work.
us. And
That'll
I'm
work.
gonna
That'll work.
message her, and I'm gonna see, because I want you ladies to get acquainted. Well, you met her yesterday in an interview, but it wasn't,
Right.
conversating. But I want you ladies to meet, so I would love to do that. So we're
Awesome.
gonna set it up, and y'all stay
Awesome.
tuned, fashion dolls. I love y'all. Y'all have a safe and amazing weekend. Joining
Yes.
me Monday, we have Demetrius Joseph. Make sure you guys tune in. The lineup will be going up pretty soon. I love y'all. Y'all be safe out here. And in these dangerous times, be vigilant and look out for one
Definitely.
another. Protect Black women, protect Black people as a collective. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. And talk to you later, girl.
Peace, sweetheart.